Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're having a good start to the week so far. Um, yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Just finished cleaning my car and stopping by the mall. I got a brand new book today, Woot, the new James Bond book. So, looking forward to reading that. So, yeah. So today is gonna be another one of my reviews of the Gundam series. As I said, I'm still doing the Gundam marathon. And just to give you an update, I'm still on Victory Gundam. I've been trying to watch it here and there. It's just it's been a little bit difficult, but it's been alright. So, still trying to watch it, still trying to do my marathon, and hopefully everything will go good. So, yeah, so to continue on with the Gundam marathon, my review today is going to be of Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack. Now, Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack kind of holds the distinction of being the first animated Gundam, like the first, not animated, but the first Gundam feature film in the franchise's history. And it also serves as like a conclusion to the story of Amuro and Char's rivalry that began the original Mobile Suit Gundam. Essentially, Char's Counterattack kind of like forms with the first three Gundam series, sort of like an arc of sorts, like a story arc of all the different, Gundam series up to that point, which consists of Mobile Suit Gundam, Zeta Gundam, Double Zeta Gundam, and now Char's Counterattack kind of serve as like a story arc, if you will. Now, the story is set in Universal Century 0093. It's after what happened is after the first Neo-Zeon War, which was what happened in Double Zeta Gundam. The Federation decides to create another task force dedicated to finding Xenon remnants in space. This task force is called Londo Bell, and it consists of Amuro Ray, who is our protagonist, and the hero of the original Mobile Suit Gundam, Bright Noah, who is the captain of the Argama and captain of the White Base, as now is the captain of the Londo Bell headship, the Rock Hyloom, and Astanaj Mendez, who was a mechanic for the Argama and now held Argama in Zeta and Double Zeta Gundam. However, the people of the colonies living in outer space still the atrocities committed by the Titans are still kind of fresh within the colonies' minds. And as a result, kind of refuse to help Londo Bell or make it difficult for Londo Bell to hide Zeon remnants. This kind of sets up a situation where you have Char Aznable to kind of re-emerge from hiding, because he goes missing after the events of Zeta Gundam, and create a second Neo-Zeon Movement, and he launches a war against the Federation. However, Char, what he wishes to do is his ultimate goal is to drop two asteroids, Fifth Luna and Axis, armed with nuclear missiles, drop them on Earth, causing a nuclear winter on Earth, which will force the people of Earth, and the people who are left after the nuclear winter, to leave Earth and come to space to kind of awaken their new type potential, and also give the Earth time to heal. Like the reason why one of the reasons Char is doing this is he's also, on the other hand, Char is also doing this to punish the humans living on Earth for polluting and destroying it. And however, Char also has another more personal motive, as he wishes to settle the score with Amuro once and for all. Now, this movie kind of offers probably the most morally complex of the Gundam series movies to date. Like, it is so morally ambiguous. Like, the lines between good and evil are so blurred that it isn't even funny. It's just a massive shade of gray, As much as Char's methods are horrendous, hearing him speak, you can feel like you understand where he's coming from. That there is that yes, humanity is polluting and destroying the Earth, At some points, you kind of find yourself agreeing with some of his motives. At some point, you even find yourself rooting for him at some points, And it's just, sorry. It's just, the lines between good and evil are just so blurred, and it's such a morally complex movie, However, there's one thing that I would recommend people do, and that is you have to at least watch the first three Gundam series: Mobile Suit Gundam, Zeta Gundam, and Gundam Double Zeta. Like, it's because the main focus of the movie, yes, there's this, there's this political motivations going on and stuff like that. The main focus of the movie is Amuro and Char's rivalry. And you can't really pick it up from this movie and understand everything that's happened. You know, you kind of need to see how the rivalry has developed, you know, through these years, you know, and you know, not so much in Double Zeta Gundam, but with Mobile Suit Gundam and Zeta Gundam, you will kind of understand the background behind why their rivalry is so intense and so personal, and why they hate each other so much, you know. And to talk about most things about animation, like the animation, the movie was released back in the late 80s, and it still holds up today. Like, the animation is still absolutely gorgeous, you know. Obviously, when you have a certain animation budget and you have to spread it across 50 episodes, the animation quality and the quality of the designs and stuff like that isn't going to be that great, you know. It's not going to be bad, but it's not going to be great. And here it looks fantastic because they're able to put all that money to a 2-hour movie, you know? And they're able to make the mobile suit designs all look fantastic. This is actually one of the first animation movies to use CG designs for a mere 13 seconds of a rotating colony. That's all CG animation, and it's one of the first animated films to use that technology at the time. And the mobile suit designs too are just absolutely fantastic. They're so sleek. They're so, you know, retrofitting and stuff like that. It's such a pretty movie to watch, you know. Like, you know, yes, it's violent, yes, it's gritty, and the action and the space action is great, but just the animation in comparison with the 3 other movies, and it's still, like I said, it still looks great. And this is still time when you have hand-drawn animation, you know, and they put it to excellent use here. The score is also just absolutely fantastic as well, you know. And the song by Beyond the Time, which is like the theme song, and, you know, by TM Network, is one of the greatest Gundam themes out there, you know. The score is perfect. The movies, you know, the story, the political context. It's definitely one of the best challenging Gundam series out there, like Gundam movies out there. It's probably the best thing Gundam has done, you know. Probably one of, if not the best thing Gundam has done, and the Gundam franchise has done, you know, in its 30-year history, you know. And it's absolutely brilliant. So my final score is a 10 out of 10. This movie is just absolutely fantastic. Now, before I go, I kind of want to take the time to say, rest in peace, Ryan Dunn. If you guys don't know, Ryan Dunn, the star of one of the members of the Jackass crew, he was in Viva La Bam, the Jackass movies, and a whole bunch of other stuff too, died recently in a car crash at 34 years old, and our thoughts go out to his family, you know, and I send my condolences to the family, and, you know, and just we'll miss, you know, Ryan Dunn will miss you, you know. He's one of the guys that, when I was in high school, I would constantly watch in Viva La Bam and Jackass and, you know, all that stuff. And, you know, he was one of the guys that was just always there, always being hilarious, always being, you know, just, you know, he will be missed. So, alright, so that's all I wanted to talk about today. Tomorrow is going to be another list of 7 dedicated to Harry Potter. It's going to be my 7 favorite Harry Potter characters. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.